Ultimax!
Hey there guys, this is Basinger 3 here with the continuation of the Persona 3 Arena Ultimax Super Edition, Hyper Edition, Turbo Edition, whatever the fuck it's called. Let's do this shit! Now, last episode, we actually had a collaboration with a friend of mine who really likes the Persona series. Unfortunately, she cannot make it for the rest of the episode because she has a lot of schoolwork to do. And I really don't want to distract her by doing that, so I'm going to be doing this alone for now. Not only that, but she actually played it before we get to do the Let's Play for it. I mean, not before the Let's Play, but like after the Let's Play, she has the copy of her own on the PS3, and she went for a story mode, and god damn it, that ruined the blind experience, so... yeah, this is just going to be me for now, so... let's continue on through the story mode. Last time we left off, shit happened, the Dark Hour occurred, I believe. And we're going to Chapter 2. There's two Chapter 2s between Rise and Naoto. And we're already 5% complete with the game already? Holy shit, that's fast. Alright, let's play Naoto storyline. Oh god, and without her, it's probably going to be even more harder to voice act female characters. Okay. At least with Naoto, it's kind of easy a little bit. The clock's ticking echoes through the room, and I look up from the file I hold. It seems I yearn from some mental stimulation to distract me from the sheer volume of information I'm intending to process. But when I look up, all that's before me are all the tall stacks of files I brought in from the reference room. Even when I cooperated with the investigation as a detective, I only been in this room a few times. They must have ushered me into the drawing room on the highest floor of Inaba Station today in order to send a message. Don't draw attention to yourself. I lower my hat and rest my eyes and spend some time thinking back on the conversation I had a short while ago.
I see. In other words, nothing suspicious is apparent in the current Kirijo group.
Correct. There are no factors that would necessitate deterring Mitsuru Kirijo or the shadow operatives which she leads.
The man holding my report falls silent, pondering something. His reaction I hate reading. God, I feel like my best friend now with her dyslexia. His reaction shows that he most likely foresaw what sort of report I had in. The well-dressed man before me belongs to the National Police Agency, the NPA. Wait, the NPASB-SPD. That's... Security Bureau Security Planning Division, or in brief form, the Public Safety Police. Again, the PSP. I like that kind of... That is pretty clever to me. Was the PSP ever referenced or shown in the first appearance in Persona 3 Portable or something, or what? Because that's pretty damn creative, I gotta say. It was he who requested to undercover the investigation into Mitsuru-san's shadow operatives.
Mitsuru Kirijo seemed to have some idea who stole her cargo, yes?
She did indeed. To begin with, the culprit knew the contents of the cargo which even Miss Kirijo herself did not fully understand. It follows that the culprit in this case was someone with intimate knowledge of the Kirijo group's dark secrets. How Mitsuru Kirijo deals with this culprit will surely shed more light upon her true motives.
Half of that is true, and half is sophistry. I need to discover the trump card that the PSP is hiding. For, most likely, the trump card will lead us to the culprit of this case, the one who stole Labrys and threw her into the TV world. After a moment of silence, the man places a stack of thick folders before me. I only read hiragana, what the fuck does that say? If he had prepared this in advance, that means he was weighing his options. He knows of my intentions, yet he must have made the decision that what they stand to gain is worth the risk.
Report to us again when you find out more.
With that, the man leaves the room. He sees my gamble paid off.
Whether I find out more or not, it's certain that something will happen.
Yes, that's why I'm talking to myself, and there's obviously no security camera seeing me. Labrys' kidnapper hasn't been caught, and the case is ongoing. Even now, there may be developments somewhere. My friends on the investigation team. Why the fuck did I fuck up that word? be having a strategy meeting at the food court about now. Though it's been a while since any of us had seen you, Senpai, so the conversation may have already digressed. I forced aside the twinge of loneliness and dropped my gaze to the file that my gamble won.
The Kirijo Ergonomics Research Laboratory. An organization specializing in research upon shadows.
What I demand of PSP was an investigative document on a Kirijo Group research institution, which no longer exists. The founder of that institute was Mitsuru-san's grandfather, Kosuke Kirijo. Wait, Koitsu Kirijo. The contents of that report were filled with matters that were hard to believe. The Dark Hour, a different world populated by shadows that seems to intrude on the real world. The mysterious, almost alien artifacts known as the Plums of Dusk that can induce a personality. Humanoid robots called anti-shadow suppression weapons that were developed to oppose shadows. Artificial persona users who gain their abilities with special drugs. Had I not seen Aiga-san and Labrys with my own 2 eyes, the supernatural contents of this file would be ludicrously implausible.
A flood of shadows and the manifestation of personas. There are many similarities to what we experienced. The chief difference is that their catastrophe was artificially induced in the name
Why
of
can't
reason.
everything just be voice acted? Why the fuck do I have to read? I sense an unwavering commitment to duty from Mitsuru-san and her team. Though they, like us, are persona users, the horrors in this file must be why I detected a very different type of resolve from them.
I hesitate to look into such matters without their consent, but I doubt they would volunteer much.
From what I can deduce based on this, the culprit in Labrys' case is without a doubt related to Kirijo, and ergo research. The clue that leads to the truth has to be here. And if by chance something were to happen to Mitsuru-san and her people, we would need to know more about our common enemy.
Shuji Ikutsuki took the position of chairman at Gekkokan High after Ergo Research was disbanded. Mitsuru-san went there.
Who?
Deceased in 2009. Cause of death: falling from the school's observatory. Was it suicide? No listed family.
There is no other information in regards to him about the document I gained from PSP. The simplicity of the section in regards to the Shuji Ikutsuki, an obviously important person, oddly left an impression on me. Who's Shuji again, guys? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Persona 3 and shit. He fell down, apparently. That's all I remember. I finished reading over the material, but to be honest, it tells me little. Most of the principals involved are already deceased, including Koitsu Kirijo, Shuji Ikutsuki, and the persona users whose abilities were artificially awakened. Still, I do learn something. The culprit's objective is Labrys' case had similarities to the purpose of ergo research, to deliberately gather shadows in order to fuse them together. If that was the objective, wouldn't the TV world have been an ideal place for a test run?
It may be best if I check inside of the TV world once more.
When I opened my cell phone to share my findings, scanned through they may be, I noticed that the hour is late. It's almost the next day.
It's a bit late to call them. Which reminds me, I think I heard thunder earlier. Could it have rained?
That word, rained, gives me pause. During the incident with Labrys, the Midnight Channel was broadcasting again. If her case is truly ongoing, does that mean it could come on tonight? A bad feeling crosses my mind. You, Senpai, what's up?
This hour? From an unknown number.
Oh.
Hello.
I got through.
Whoa.
Detective? Oh, wait, no. Naoto-kun, right?
Voice. Is that you, Labrys? What's the matter?
Listen up, because we got a big problem. Mitsuru-san and the others were on their way to Inaba, but they've gone missing.
Oh shit.
Missing?
So we were gonna go look for them, but these weird guys came barging into the Shadow Operatives lab. I'm the only one who got out.
Ah shit. The Shadow Operatives Research Lab was attacked? Could it be the enemy? No, that's not it. This is most likely...
Labrys, calm down. Can you describe anything unique about the people who invaded your headquarters?
Unique? They came in a big group. They wore suits. They showed this paper-looking thing, and they said something about an investigation.
We are the men in black. Just as I thought. PSP. I had my suspicion, sorry. But there can be no mistake. Though the Kirijo group and the PSP are formally in cooperation, PSP privately has a low-profile opinion on the Shadow Operatives, hence their request that I perform an undercover investigation. They must have found out about Mitsuru-san's disappearance and used it as an opportunity to launch a compulsory investigation. But Mitsuru-san's disappearance, could it really be related to PSP's move? Labrys said a moment ago that Mitsuru-san and her people are headed to Inaba. Why? While I think carefully, sorting through this new information, I asked Labrys for more details.
I understand. What's your present situation?
I can't go back to the lab, right? Even if I could, I wouldn't know what to do without Mitsuru-san around. But then I found out the Shadow Operatives got these special folks who only get called up in emergencies. I just met up with them a minute ago, and we're about to go look for Mitsuru-san and them.
Understood. I'll cooperate as well. I'm sure the others won't say no either. We'll all try searching for Mitsuru-san.
Really? Thanks!
Labrys, there's something else I'd like to ask. Why was Mitsuru-san headed for Inaba?
If I remember right, they found a weird shadow reading over there, so they were gonna go look into it.
A weird shadow reading?
Ooh. An abnormal shadow reading is detected in Inaba, and Mitsuru-san and her people go missing when they head out to the investigation. Even if this is unrelated to the PSP matter, I cannot overlook this detail. Mitsuru-san and her people are Persona users and are extremely skilled ones at that. If they are in a situation with no means of contacting help, then whatever enemy they face must be formidable. And the first such enemy who comes to mind is the culprit who kidnapped Labrys and forced us to fight in the Grand One Prix.
She said the
I mean,
reading
pricks.
spiked all of a sudden. Did something happen over there?
Nothing springs to mind. Oh, sorry, hold on a moment.
I checked the clock on the wall of the drawing room. It's almost midnight. If there was an abnormal shadow reading, the Midnight Channel could be involved. I need to find a room with a TV.
But let's continue this on the move. We should meet up at the very least. Actually, is that a helicopter I hear in the background?
You just noticed that now?
Yeah, I'm surprised you can tell. We have a maid piloting one right now.
What? A personal helicopter and a maid piloting it? I never thought of my family as poor, but thinking of back to the limousine, the Kirijo clan seems to be a completely different level.
Let me think of a place where a helicopter could land around here.
Uh-oh. As I continued to talk while walking down the hallway, all the lights suddenly turned off. Though it is midnight, this is a police station. There should be several officers standing stationed here, even at this hour. However, in defiance of these facts, an unnatural stillness pervades the air.
A blackout.
No, that's not it. The roaring helicopter rotors on the other end of the line have also fallen silent.
Labrys?
My cell phone has gone dead, as if the batteries were drained. I tried a few things, but it won't even turn on. Have all the electronics here stopped working so suddenly? I opened a nearby door to get a better look at my environment. The empty room is hazily lit by an eerie red glow coming from the window. Walking to get a clearer view, I gasp at the sight outside. An obvious pall has fallen upon this quiet rural town.
Red fog?
Oh shit, is the moon crashing in like Majora's Mask? Seeing the town enveloped in fog, I can't help but remember last year's case. With the foreboding feeling that the situation has taken a turn for the worse, I quickly leave the strangely empty Inaba station. So we're actually going to be continuing onward faster this time, and forward, or never mind, we're just going to say to be continued. Fuck this game! Can't we just progress already instead of... Fuck. God damn it! Guess I have to play Rise's story now, see what she's all about. Alright then. Is this, like, gonna be a blackout at her concert and all her fans disappear? Like, where'd my fans go? I raised one arm towards the mirror-lined wall and closed my... I raised my arm towards the mirror-lined wall and closed my eyes. In my mind, I see a stage and the hazy shadow of a band. Glow sticks of all different colors shine in the packed seats. I'm looking at them from a mime art indicated with a spot of fluorescent paint. The moment the countdown hits 0, a spotlight comes on. I reach towards the flooding light and become one with the stage. I will. Oh shit. I'm surprised this is not dubbed in Japanese. Usually they're really lazy with their music, but... Is this Laura Bailey singing, or is this another voice actress? This sounds pretty good. Also, how old is Rise exactly? Tired already? What would it be like if you're an actual stage? Sheesh. Don't be a lazy diva. So, yeah, what up now? Just a training stage, or... Okay. As I calm my breath and look towards the clock to check how long the performance took me, I see its hand pointing to 2, which brings me back to reality in a hurry.
Crap! I didn't take my bike today. I wonder if I can make the last train.
Ah, shit. Don't be late to your concert, Rise. She's
She's
wearing her uniform?! Why?! What's the point of wearing your uniform? You're not going to school, it's spring break! Why are you wearing your goddamn uniform? Okay. Whatever. I hurriedly addressed the people I passed on a fly out of the studio. After a mad dash at Okina Station, I barely make it out of the stop train. I made it. Hopefully no one will see me.
Made it.
Oh my god, is that Rosette? Shut up! Should have hired a bodyguard or something. In fact, you could have gotten a bodyguard to carry you, and he could have made you rush to the train. Why the fuck did you have to? Whatever. Whatever. I don't know how pop stars work in Japan. I just know that they have to be single as fuck in order to stay in the limelight or something. I take a breather as the train slowly pulls out. The last train on the holiday is usually pretty empty, so I sit in an open seat and get my tunes from my bag. Nigga, I'm a real one. Dang, I want to imagine Rise listening to some sort of like rap music all of a sudden, like, I don't know, like, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, I know, I've been playing too much Grand Theft Auto, sorry. There's a new song on there they just gave me this afternoon. Today felt so long for some reason. Car! Yes, I wonder where we are right now. You're creepy.
You didn't have to give me a lift, you know. I'd have been fine.
That's not the issue. Come on, I'm your manager.
Oh, wait, what, huh? I thought we ditched that asshole. What the fuck is he doing back here? The reason Inoue-san... well, hold on. Inoue-san seems so happy. Yes, I'm taking Japanese class, and now I'm trying to learn how to pronounce Japanese words, so yay! Inoue-san seems so happy is because of the news we got earlier. When our president called us back to the office from the shoot today, we were greeted with a new song for me and a detailed plan for my comeback.
Still, I had no idea that the boss was putting together such a detailed plan for your comeback.
Well, I'm grateful and all, but I just don't think I'm ready yet.
That's not true. We've all seen how hard you've been working. You're much stronger than you were. I think the boss is making the right decision.
Are you just flattering me, Inoue-san?
Seriously, I don't like how like the text is slower than the characters like speech patterns. Like, I don't see why.
Never intentionally. You sang that new song we gave you today after just a short lesson. You even memorized the dance steps in record time.
Nano Machine son.
I wasn't any good though. I got distracted by the steps and kept going off key.
and I wasn't hitting the turns cleanly. I've still got a long way to go.
It's true, even as far as discussing my comeback goes, if Inoue-san hadn't come up at all with an excuse as for why he couldn't get in contact with me until yesterday, the plans could have been sunk.
Rise-chan, did something happen?
Huh?
I know that there's a part of your life you won't let me into, and that's okay. An idol doesn't need to tell her manager everything. But there's a difference between keeping things private and isolating yourself. You asked if you could get some days off during the long holiday, right? And you didn't seem too keen on today's session either. Did you have some other engagement in mind?
No, you're just cutting me too much slack. Thanks, though. It's nothing to do with work. There was something that made me realize how powerless I am.
So many people are supporting me for my comeback, but no matter how much I throw myself into rehearsals, all I can think about is how I was nothing but a burden in the incident yesterday.
Rise-chan?
I'm okay. Were you worried I'd quit again? I'm still set on getting back into showbiz, once I shake off the rust from my hiatus.
I can tell that much from watching you practice. Still, maybe you need a breather.
Huh?
The publisher consulted me about maybe rescheduling the photo shoot. When I told them doing it later would be problematic since you're still a student, they decided to reschedule for another time. So, take a nice break.
How old do you have to be in order to be a model exactly? Like, I know Japan and America has different laws, so I'm assuming in Japan you could be a lot younger though, but is there like some sort of age limitation to modeling here in America or what? Because, I mean, I don't mind modeling, but whatever. Let's not go into discussing this.
We'll be busy after the long holiday. The success of your comeback project is on the line here.
I really appreciate it. Can you let me off at Okina Station today? If I have tomorrow off, I want to stop by the studio and practice a little more.
Huh? But wouldn't it be late by the time you're done? Why don't I take you straight home?
There's not enough room at home. Please? I'll go straight home after I practice a little.
Well, alright. But don't push yourself too hard, okay?
I won't. Actually, though, you shouldn't coddle me so much either. Okay, Inoue-san?
To be continued. Yeah, because that's always fucking happening. Alright, so this is like the third episode already. I feel like each episode is literally like The Walking Dead or something. Like every single episode is like 20 episodes and to be continued. Go to the next episode, which doesn't really have the same appeal when you're playing a video game unless each episode is DLC. Like the way The Walking Dead works is that an episode comes out and then you play through it all the way through, and then once you get to the end to be continued, you have to wait until an entire month for the next episode to come out, and that's fine for me. That actually builds up tension for the next episode. But the way they're trying to go here with the whole TV episode thing, it's not working because all the episodes are packaged into one game, which it doesn't work like that, game. If you're trying to be a TV episode, then, well, be a TV episode. Why the fuck do you have to put it into a video game? We are not... It's been 3 episodes so far. We have not fought a single battle. Yet, at least, maybe, but we'll see. Through the train window, I could see the countryside with only a few lights here and there. The train was empty to begin with, and it only gets emptier as we approach the final stop.
A long holiday, huh?
This holiday was supposed to be cap off with just work and rehearsals. Even when I heard you Senpai was coming back, I was the one who decided not to change my plans. Oh shit, excuse me, sorry about that. When I told... I want to see if Rise ever burps. That'd be cute. I like it when girls... I'm getting to my weird kinky territory now, so I gotta shut up. When I told the others, they said stuff like, oh well, work's work, and hang in there. Kanji was the only one who acted like a kid saying, what's more important to you, your work or senpai?
That reminds me, Naoto-kun had to work during the holidays too.
I bet Naoto-kun wouldn't get all decisive about these things. When I sigh and take out my cell, I notice I have an email.
Oh, it's
Oh, what the fuck?
Senpai.
What the fuck, Xbox? Yukiko-senpai. It's a summary of what the investigation team talked about today, and the time we're meeting tomorrow.
It's 6 a.m.? That's early. I bet some of those guys are gonna be late for sure.
No doubt about it. Usually when you plan schedules with your friends, most likely they're always gonna be late, no matter what time it is. Like, so that's why I always, whenever I plan shit with my friends, I usually plan them an hour early. It's like, we're supposed to meet at 11. Oh, let's get here by 10 or something like that, so that not everyone's gonna be late or something like that. So, yeah, plan ahead, guys, if you ever hang out with your friends. I laugh, but it quickly turns into a sigh. I have tomorrow off thanks to Inoue-san, and while I'm happy I got to see everyone, I'm a little bummed out too. I couldn't do anything during that incident. I don't remember anything else about that day after I finished shopping for our dinner at Junes. Wait, hold on. Junesu. Junesu. Is it Junes or Junesu? I mean, I'm guessing Junes is like an English word or something. And do they pronounce it Junesu in the Japanese version? I'm curious. When I came to... Then again, I've only learned like 8 weeks of Japanese so far, so... What am I to judge? When it came to, I was already in the announcement room in the TV world under the surveillance of General Teddy. In the end, I turned out the General Teddy was Labrys' shadow taking on Teddy's form. The shadow was holding this event called the P1 Grand Prix and forcing my senpai to fight each other in it. Since I was captured, they used my voice and likeness to goad everyone into hurting each other. I thought I sounded cool saying I had work, but I got kidnapped, imprisoned. Watch them use my face and voice to confuse everyone.
At this rate, I can barely face Senpai and the others.
You, Senpai, will be going back tomorrow. I think about Fuka-san, who had such tremendous power that she could help Mitsuru-san's group by describing what's going on in the TV world, even from outside. I wish I could be that useful.
The next stop is Yaso Inaba. Yaso Inaba.
Huh? Oh my god! What the? That was a weird place to cut the announcement off. All of a sudden, all the lights in the train turned off, and the train that already begun to slow down as its last stop grinds to a halt.
Oh no! A blackout?
I look out the window to check. A huge red moon dominates the sky, and in the direction the train was headed, there looks to be a giant red cocoon. Is that fog?
What is that? Inaba's that way.
I turn around. There's no one in the train. They've all disappeared. The train car is pretty empty, but I'm positive I wasn't the only passenger before.
Wait, what's going on? Oh right, my cell.
Thinking I might be able to find something out. If I contacted someone, I look at the phones, oh my god, is she gonna be trapped in this plane? I mean, not plane, train? I'm still holding after checking my emails, but seems to have turned off by itself since the screen remains black. No matter how many times I press the power button, it won't turn on. It's like a red ring of death or something!
Guys...
This is what I get for getting a BlackBerry. Wait, hold on, what does Microsoft own? Wait, is the BlackBerry Microsoft? Oh, fuck me, I'm an idiot. It's either a... Is it? I don't know, I have an iPhone. So that's obviously not Microsoft, but what does Microsoft own in terms of phone distribution? Oh, whatever, I don't care. Apart from the confusion and sensation I know all too well starts to rise in Risei in me. I can't believe it, but there's no mistake. To be continued, or...
This feeling... It can't be. It's like I'm inside the TV.
I'm moving before I could think twice. I yank open the door using the emergency lever and jump out of the tracks. I begin running towards the Yasuinaba train station. Now is not the time to stay low and cower. To be continued next time on The Walking Dead.